Well, you guys, I decided I would go live really quick to kind of bring everybody up to date on what's going on with Bedazzling Designs on the go. Let me get a little water here. So, I've been doing all of the things. Let me see here. I have been doing all of the things. I have been um, getting ready for my surgery. So everything is a go. We're good to go. My surgery is still scheduled for August the 24th. So it's coming really fast. And then just so you know, let me introduce myself. I'm Bedazzling Design, the Crafting OG. And for those that don't know, now you know, I do crafting and I'm a bowler and I do a lot of things. And I've been kind of keeping everybody abreast of what's going on with me. Um, Getting ready to have knee surgery on the 24th, as most of you know that have been following me. And I have been so busy. Okay. So I'm coming on today because today, as you can see, I'm in one of my shirts, y'all. So right now the military tournament is going on. Let me see if I could get rid of some of this glare. Let me see if I do that back window up, will that help with some of the sun? It is already 96 degrees here in Vegas, and it isn't even 7 o'clock. So it's 6:30 actually. So I'm on my way to work. I'm working the military tournament that's going to be going on until the 30th of the month, but I'm working it now. I actually am going to be bowling the tournament as I do every year, and it just isn't it amazing. Seems like you guys have been along for the ride for a minute. It was not long ago that I was bowling this tournament and I was going live, and here it is a year later, getting ready to bowl it again. So I bowled the tournament the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So I'll be working this event up to then, and I'll take those 3 days off to bowl the tournament, and then I'll go back to work for that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and actually the 20th of August is going to be my last day, even though this tournament isn't over until the 30th. So I'm training up some people. They're getting some people to fill in, while I'm out. So that's that about. I'm on the go. I'm in the seat on my way to work once again. I am wearing a storm shirt. This is a storm bowling shirt, so this is the shirt of the day for me. So then, my actual surgery. So everything is a go. We got the blood pressure down. I've been working on building up my muscles and my legs and everything uh, for my knee replacement surgery. So we're all a go. I have one last thing to do, and that is a type and cross match for blood. I'll do that the Friday before the surgery, so the 20th. So that's the reason why Thursday is my last day. I'll do my type cross match, get ready for the surgery on that Monday. So in the meantime, crafting wise, I have so much to share and just not enough time to share it in. I'll be doing once I get on my feet, I'll be doing an unboxing. I did get a industrial Janome single needle machine. It's a new one that just came out. I had to order it and I'm waiting for it to come in. I did purchase the table. I'm really excited. I purchased a table to my 6 needle, the expansion table that drops down. So I'm waiting for that to come in so that I can install that. I also just got it was yesterday, at one of the trade shows they had a really good deal, and I got a Go Big cutter. One of the problems I have with cutting fabric and stuff is I can't use the rotary cutter and cutting the shapes and all of that. And I was talking with Sean Gosavi, and she was telling me that that would help a lot. So I have that ordered. So now let me show something. I've been watching Dimps Designs and her crocheting, and I'm a beginner. So practicing. So her and Making with Marilyn went live, and they were making the little thing that you scrub pots or whatever with. I don't know exactly what you call it. So I was kind of following her, and I was asking some questions. So this is one of the things that I did. And this is really interesting because I didn't mean for this to have an X in it. But the design, the way that it came out, that's a strike, y'all. You know how I am about bowling. So this material is 100% cotton. So I was really like making this for like to be like a towel for the kitchen or whatever. And again, this is just practicing. So in these, what I was practicing was making sure that I kept this straight, because as I was crocheting, I would miss stitches at the end. So my stuff would start going like this, getting at an angle, start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I was talking to Dimps when she went live, and she was telling me, what caused that. So I just used this as practice. So as you could see, it is straight. So I felt really good about that. Now this cotton, 100% cotton, I found it to be really hard to work with, because as you're putting your hook in, sometimes this thread kind of like, I'll show you it a little bit, it splits really easy. So if you don't catch it, the strand the right way, you could see how it can start to look a little wiry. So uh, that's 100% cotton. Let me turn the AC off so it's not yeah, I got the AC off, y'all. It's already 93 degrees. So that's something. So but you have to learn. I had bought like 5 rows of this, and I kept this to practice with, and I took the rest back. And I was like, yeah, but you got to learn to work with it. So that's what I found about the cotton. If you don't, and if you're crocheting and you don't catch all of the strands when you're pulling back through, that's what you'll end up with, frays like this. And then you really have to like, it'll start making your project look wiry, or so that's something that you have to really look at when you're working with cotton. But for this to be water absorbent and stuff, to be able to wring it out as a towel, they do recommend cotton. So that's one thing that I was working on. And then, so I was like, okay, so for the scrunchy like scrubber like pot thing that, they were doing, they suggested another form of yarn. So I was able to find this one. This is called spongy dish yarn. Okay. And this is a lot thicker, and it has that texture to it. So if you want to scrub something or whatever. So this I got from Amazon. So I'm still practicing, you guys. And before, I have all kind of yarn in the house for projects that I want to make, but I got to learn to follow patterns, learn different stitches. And all of this was a single, the only thing you needed was a number 5 hook, It is your first row, you just chained 20, 25, however you wanted it to be. So it's a single crochet, chain one, turn it, and that was it. So all you're doing in this is a single crochet and chain. So this will teach you how to work with your tension. It'll also teach you how to turn and not lose your dimensions. So this is what I used. Yeah, this is what I used to for this one. So I haven't worked the ends in or anything. And again, this is a practice project. And I frogged it. Frogged it is when you take it apart and you start over again. So I did that quite a few times. So just remember, when you're working with cotton, 100% cotton, this is something that you have to be mindful of, the yarn splitting. And when you're pulling with your hook, you need to make sure that you're catching and not splitting the yarn. Another thing that I'll tell you is that this is just little things that I've learned. I find that there's three dimensions of this stitch, okay? If you look really close, you can go in the front, you can go in the back, and then, hey, I'm biased, and then you can go in both stitches. So that there is another thing that will change the characteristics of your stitching. So this is me practicing. I've been watching Dim since she started crocheting over a year ago. I watched her, and I could do like a basic, just going around in a circle. It's a square and you get bigger, bigger, bigger. But I never really followed a pattern or anything like that. So once I got the right type of yarn, I love this color. This is what I'm going to work on next. So here is what happens. This is a different type of yarn. This is the yarn I got from Amazon, and it's called, again, this is spongy dish yarn. So this actually has a texture to it. And then High Up Designs, hi Jess. This has a texture to it, right? So this is one like if you want to scrub the your dishes a little bit. But the only thing that I am really focusing on and working on is making sure that I have a consistent tension, making sure that when I get to the end, I don't forget the last stitch, and to make sure that I can keep it a constant shape. So that's what I've been working on with this. So in this one from Amazon, it has like this. These are like my kitchen colors. I like earth tone. So it came with this color. It came with this color in the pack. And then I have this color, and I also have this color here. So these are all spongy dish yarn soap and yarn. And if you're working on like the scrubbers or the dish towels or whatever, that's a good yarn for that. So this is just me practicing. So when I go in for my surgery and stuff like that, I plan to do some crocheting and stuff. And like I said, I know how to do a little bit, but I've been really following Dimps, and she gave me some different people on YouTube to follow, and that's what I've been doing. So those are the couple of the things I'm working on, and then when I have some downtime when I'm working the bowling event, I'll play for it. And for those of you that didn't see, this was the first one with the cotton that I did. And again, this is just practice. The ends aren't tied in or anything. This is just practice to practice the stitch, keeping the shape, and turning, the garment when I'm working on it. So pretty much, for those of you that are subscribed, I did add it was really funny. I saw Unbiased on TikTok. She didn't know. I've been going over on TikTok, hanging out with Sassy Classy and Crafting Cousins, and really enjoying the fellowship. And I've been learning a lot over there. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I mean, not my YouTube channel, I'm sorry, my TikTok channel. It is Bedazzling Designs. And I just created a second one, which is called The Crafting OG. So I have two TikTok channels, and I have added the link to my YouTube page. So um, that's pretty much it. Again, for those just coming in, surgery is all ago. August the 24th. All of these little things I'm getting ready to do, and I'm trying to make sure I got stuff that's going to keep me busy and keep me occupied while I'm turn this AC back on, while I'm laid up and stuff. Um, the doctor said everything is a go. My blood pressure is under control. I'm going to do my rehab, staying with my brother, and I asked him, how long will it be before I can get back to bowling? And he says the recovery and rehab and all that is all on me. So I'm determined to rehab and get back to my bowling and have a better knee. So I want to thank everybody for rocking with me once again. And again, I just wanted to come on and let everybody know, give everybody an update. I keep on saying, yeah, practice. Like anything, everybody's like, it's practice. And I got a lot of pointers from Demps. Because, when she and Marilyn went live, I was asking questions. And one of my questions to her was, how come I'll start off with this? And then as I'm crocheting, it's this way. And then it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I start off with a square and end up with an L because it's just, and not knowing if you don't go in a stitch, you miss a stitch, you decrease. And then if you go in one stitch twice, you just did an increase. And these are things that I just learned uh, when her and Marilyn, went live, and she was showing Marilyn crocheting. So then I was like, you know what? I've been buying yarn and packing it back, catching sales, buying yarn, packing it back, and I do crochet. But the only thing I've ever really crocheted has always been when I got pregnant with my son and my daughter. Good morning, Karen. When I got pregnant with my son and my daughter, I always made a baby blanket. So while I was pregnant, I start off with a granny square. I could do that, and you just keep going around and around, and you add on each end until it gets big enough. So that's just a double crochet and a slip stitch, single stitch. Um, so now I want to make a purse. I want to make a cardigan. I want to make some of the other things because just like brushing in rhinestones, I find to be very relaxing. I found crochet to be very relaxing to me too. So the doctor said one of the things that's very important for my rehab and my recovery is that I stay ahead of the pain. So it's mind over matter for me. I'm determined to get through this. I'm determined to rehab. I'm determined to get back to bowling. I'm determined to get back to crafting and all of the things. So, it's on me. It's on me. So people say, okay, well, you can do this. I'm learning, and I let everybody know. I'm very, very transparent. There's things I can do, and there's things you can't do, but you're not going to be able to do any of them and master any of them if you don't first try to practice. So this is something that I enjoy doing, and little small. I always try. I tell anybody starting out, start off with something that gives you the feeling of being able to accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? You have patterns, and then that's in embroidering, you know, the techniques for applique, the techniques for blinging. You have processes, and you have to learn from the beginning and master. So before I can go on to the next phase, I need to be able to make sure that this is consistently going to be the right size, and that I'm not decreasing, you know, and changing the dimensions because I'm not catching a stitch on the end, or I'm adding into going into the same stitch twice, you know, in the middle. Now I have done the ruffle hats, and I've kind of mastered those. So I did do a few ruffle hats, and this again is following Dimps, y'all. If you haven't you not following Dimps, and she be crocheting and stuff. I've been following her, but I've been watching her from when she first got her crochet hooks, and she told me what pack to go get off of Amazon. That's been over a year ago. Yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to get on the road. I'm like 30 minutes away. I didn't want to be on live trying to drive and stuff. So I want to thank everybody for popping in. Make sure you run over to my TikTok, Bedazzling Designs on TikTok. I'm also the Crafting OG on TikTok. So go over there and follow me in both of those. And thank everybody for popping in. That's my update. I just wanted to let you guys see I'm okay. I'm working through everything. And um, the knee replacement, I'm on the countdown now. I'm on the countdown. And it didn't really get real to me until they told me I had to go do my blood cross match. I was like, oh my God. So it's real, but I know God got me, and God don't play about me. So everybody have an amazing day. Thank you for popping in and sharing a bit of your morning with me this morning. If you have not subscribed, run over there to Bedazzling Designs. I'm the Crafting OG. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date. Even though I'll be recuperating, I'll pop in. And I did finally get my birthday present. The glasses I have on are Meta glasses, so I'm able to record and take pictures and do some things. So I'm going to be playing around and learning these, and I'll probably pop on and walk you guys through. Um, I'm just really excited to get through all of this because I got all of this new stuff that I got that I was be waiting in boxes, waiting for me, you know, to recover and get back to being able to sit in front of my machine and stuff. So this is me, Dazzling Designs, the Crafting OG, another one of my on the go segments. And always remember that only you can be you. So strive to be the best you can be, okay? You guys have a good day, and we'll see you soon, okay? I'm finna hit this road, get in these streets. Thank you. Thank you, Unbiased. All righty. We'll talk to everybody soon, okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.